Hi guys, today I feel the full meaning of the Don McLean song, The Day the Music Died. Because today it was announced that Christopher Plummer died at 91 today in his home in Weston, Connecticut. Who is Christopher Plummer? Christopher Plummer was a Canadian theatrical TV actor, but his fame came when he played Captain George Von Trapp in The Sound of Music in 1964. Ring a bell? I hope so. Otherwise, you may belong to another planet. Who doesn't know Christopher Plummer, and who hasn't heard and loved The Sound of Music? Perhaps the best musical movie ever made, and also the best love story ever made, and also the best music collection there is to be found in a musical movie. So, The Sound of Music is such an institution that I love it from the time I watched it in my childhood, and and that feeling, that love for the music went on to my children who are now in their 20s. And in fact, I even memorized it more through them because they sang it almost every night and they memorized the song. So, the death of Christopher Plummer is such a big loss to musical lovers and to the lovers of The Sound of Music, its story, its plot, and its history, considering that it's true to life, happening in the time of the rule of or invasion of Nazi Germany into Austria. So, me and my wife were lucky that in 1917, we finally made our trip to Vienna in Austria. And of course, a trip to Salzburg will not be complete without going to the film locations of The Sound of Music. The film locations in Salzburg are so famous until now that around 300,000 fans go there every year to walk in the footsteps of the legendary Von Trapp family. Of course, it was there that Christopher Plummer and Julie Andrews, who played Maria, shot most of the movie scenes. They were scheduled for 6 weeks, but because of the rain, it went on for 11 weeks. And going there from Munich, our first stop was the Sound of Music Pavilion, and located at the eastern entrance to the Hellbrunn Palace in Salzburg, Austria. And for those familiar with the movie, this is the gazebo when the eldest daughter, Liselle, and her boyfriend, Rolf, met for their rendezvous, and at one time even singing 16 going on 17. So it's such a classic. Who would ever forget that, right? And this is also a heart-tugging scene where Captain Von Trapp finally revealed his feelings to Maria, and together they sang Something Good. By the way, Captain Von Trapp is such the perfect gentleman to play to play the role of Captain Von Trapp. He was at first like Contrabida because he didn't really take a liking to Maria at the start and very strict with the children, but later on he melted our hearts by singing Edelweiss and humming with it. So it was really good, and he later joined the musical group, although he was reluctant to do so at first. So he was really good, not only on the emotional part of the movie, but in singing Edelweiss, you can empathize with him because that was his way of saying goodbye to beloved Austria that then capitulated to Hitler. They didn't want to fight Hitler, that they just gave in to Hitler. So the whole country was turning into Nazi country, and his singing of that was he knew then that he can be criminally charged for still being loyal to Austria. So he sang Edelweiss. So it really has a patriotic tone to it. And then as a background, there were two pavilions, one in Salzburg, and another one made a new set, a bigger set built in Hollywood, so that they can film longer, especially the music scene. And our next stop, and one of my favorite, and one of the best places I've been to thus far. And we're talking about the Nuns Convent, which dated back to 714 AD or Anno Domini. It became known as the home of Nobis Nun Maria. So, the convent sitting on top of a hill or on top of a tall mountain, it gave you a beautiful view of the medieval town of Salzburg, which was established in 696 AD. So, that is how old this town is. And, well, the good thing about not fighting Hitler was that the whole town was not destroyed like the other places we visited, like Poland, Warsaw, Poland. It was the most destroyed World War II city in the world, and second to that is our own Manila, the city of Manila. So this convent is crucial to the film. In fact, it is part of the introduction to the film. This is the 4 scenes were shot in this convent, and that was the opening scene where the nuns go to mass, and Maria returns too late. You remember that she was running after singing "The Hills Are Alive," and then it was here that the nuns performed the song Maria, and this was staged in the courtyard of the abbey, and it was really beautiful. We went there, we took pictures there, and also inside the convent. And the good thing is we were able to talk to some of the nuns, but they're inside the convent. We just spoke to them. And then this was also the scene where the children came to the abbey's gate to ask Maria to return to their home. This was when she returned to the abbey because she was having second thoughts about marrying Captain Von Trapp. And one of the most thrilling scenes again happened here. It was the escape scene with the cars parked outside the Abbey Gate. So it was also shot here. So, and it's also known as the Nürnberg Abbey. So, Nürnberg Abbey is the oldest convent for women north of the Alps. It has been in existence from the medieval times. It was destroyed by fire, but rebuilt by the people through time. And in real life, that was the place where, after graduating from college, Maria, or her real name was Maria Augusta von Kutschera. remember that, Maria Augusta von Kutschera. So she took a train to Salzburg to present herself as a candidate for the novitiate of the Benedictine Sisterhood, who until now, even if the place is already known as a tourist spot and visited by tourists like us, the Benedictine Sisterhood still lives there and holds mass there. So it was there that she served as from there she served as a governess before marrying in the Abbey Church in 1927. So they really married in the church in 1927. So, and lastly, we visited the St. Peter's Cemetery and catacombs in Salzburg. This is St. Peter's is one of the oldest and most beautiful cemeteries in the world, and I took lots of pictures there because I couldn't have enough of the cemetery. It's really beautiful as it is described, and also very old, established at 700 AD. In fact, the sister of another famous, if not more famous to most people in the older generation, and of course also to classical music lovers, this is the place where the sister of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, her name was Nannerl, was buried here. And that's why, and also other famous Salzburg family members, even those with royal blood were also buried in this cemetery. So all of this came back to me, this travel and the memory of the movie, and it is really, it will make your hair stand out if you go there, in the place where history, the Von Trapp history really happened before it became a movie. And what I love about this movie is that it's not just a movie of a love story, although it is a musical movie, but it's also a movie about history. It's also a movie for me. I love World War II history. I'm a history buff, especially for World War II and World War I, and I really like the way that they were able to beat and escape the soldiers or the Nazi officials of Hitler. So that was a small triumph for a family to take up a fight on their own against the establishment, and to keep their loyalty and patriotism to the Austrian flag. So you can see that in the movie where they kept flying the Austrian flag, and they were warned that they can be arrested for that. So it was really, it has action, it has history. It has World War II history, Nazism, Hitler, love story, and well, the musical is great. And until now, I can still sing it, and I still love to hear the music. And so do my children. And also Christopher Plummer was really right, best casting, and of course Miss Julie Andrews, who's still alive. So that's it, folks. Thank you for joining me in memory lane, and also joining me in my travels to interesting places all over the world that shaped my youth, including The Sound of Music, and movies that shape my personality and my youth. So again, please subscribe to the Blogcaster Armandine YouTube channel, because I will be telling you more stories about my travels all over the world, history, background, and music even that I have learned to love, including and most especially the sound of music. So good night, and please share this post if you to friends who also love the movie, the musical, and also Christopher Plummer. Gracias y buenas noches.